CLG taking out that blue buff. They not quite ready to dragon just yet. It is about 10 minutes. It's still quite late in the game, to be honest.
They definitely could have gone for it, but Wukong is stuck at top lane at the moment, and looks like Team Existence are going to start on it as we speak. It actually does have a pink ward, and they are aware of it, and they are going to start making their way towards it. But I think they're going to have to let this one go as Existence pick up the first dragon. They're still 1,000 gold behind, but they have managed to reduce the difference. Shen's going for a bit of poke. I don't think he wants to commit too much, as Kenny can hit just as hard as he can.
In fact, I think Kenny can hit a little bit harder at the moment. He's definitely can afford that one of the Ancients now. I'm sorry for the keyboard tapping, guys, but we are still talking to Twitch, trying to get this sound sorted out. I know it's horribly annoying, but it's that or no game at the moment, and I'm pretty sure you'd rather see this game because it is turning out to be quite eventful. It's still very, very close, in all fairness. CLG are not as far ahead as you may have originally thought them to be so soon.
Definitely. They're only 1,000 gold ahead, and that's solely down to better minion farms. And we all know that doesn't mean they're going to win the game. Not by a long shot.
Indeed. Well, it can be. You've got to go insanely one-sided on creep.
Yeah.
But Shavana getting spotted by Kennen. He was just dropping that ward down. As a result, she can't quite gank mid or invade like I think she was planning to do. As blue buff does actually respawn for CLG. I don't think Existence are in any position to steal it. They are nowhere near that side of the map. They have no wards anywhere close, and Shavana is just running the opposite direction right now. But again, Snoopy's not in any rush to take it, because obviously Froggen doesn't need it mid. As Wukong goes in onto Shen top, he does get exhausted once that ult goes off. The damage slows down, but Shen, to be honest, just shrugged it off. Yeah, he wasn't really worried about it too much. He's only doing 170 a second. Wukong is only level 10, so not quite 11 yet. It will ramp up as soon as he hits 11. It's going to be very, very strong then.
Definitely. I think this Wukong is going to be something to be feared very soon. He looks like he's going to be building
soon, guys. Of course, XSplit 1.0 is very, very close, or so we promised. So hopefully that will fix a lot of these problems. It's not the first thing I've had with XSplit. It doesn't like my graphics cards either. So.
Oh no.
Hopefully, as soon as the full release is out, my stream's going to like triple in quality in every way. But Siva is going to chase down onto Creeper. And she's popped her ultimate. She keep chasing, but she can't really do any damage. That armor buff from Soraka is too strong right now. And there's no way Siva's going to dive this. She is. There's no one nearby for Creepo. He's just darting around, popping various spells, popping the silence.
Oh,
the
good shield.
Very nearly outplayed, but not quite. So well done, Creepo. Summon a heal. Although the silence was there, it didn't quite last long enough. And Siva forced to back away on much lower health than I think she would like to be.
It was worth it though for a kill, definitely.
It was just about. He did only use that summon heal, of course. Wukong looks like the target of the next gank. Shen very low, Wukong low himself. And there we go, Shavana jumps in on him. Wicked just running back to his tower, he's not too worried about it. And he will get out of there. Shrugging the damage off. He would have expected him to go back. He's got a BF sword and lifesteal, but he's not really got a chance to steal much. Shavana hasn't gone too far away. She is heading back into the lane. Taunt from Shen will end Wukong right here, I suspect. He's life-stealing where he can, but they're going for him now. He's going down the lane. Cassiopeia is going to come down and meet him. She can land her ultimate. He flashes over the wall. Cass follows, lands her up with a slow, not a stun. Wukong drops the ignite and the exhaust. He don't know what damage he can, but he was just standing in this poison, and he kept refreshing, doing too much damage. The ignite also came out from Cassiopeia, but she went very, very low indeed. So unlucky there for Wicked. But bot lane, they're going aggressive onto Siva again. They know she doesn't have summon a heal. They're going to have to back up to the tower.
Wow, massive damage from Corki's ultimate there. Just constant missile barrage. And that brought them down to full health, down to 20%. That's amazing. And Shavana's going to come down. Maybe not. They do have a Water Dragon, and they want to go for Dragon now. Team Existence. And but they do need to be careful, so he doesn't have someone to heal. Siva and Jana are both below 50% health. And Dragon is going to be the focal point of the next activity.
Indeed is. I suspect Siva and Jana want to go back. They need to go back before this fight starts. Otherwise they are going to be behind and they will not be able to contest this. But they're not going anywhere. Cassiopeia's here. She's got no ult. Jana's got no health. Siva's coming in from the side very, very low. She's got no summoner heal. This is looking very, very good for CLG right now. Wukong's got his ult. Kennan's got his ult. Soraka's got her ult. And indeed, Existence do look like they're making the call to back right off and out of there. Only Jana staying to try and pop a tornado in and get annoying. But free dragon then for CLG. Cementing their lead up to 3,500 gold right now. It's not huge. It's still possible for Existence to come back from this.
Definitely. As you've seen on the very first game they played today, they were behind about 7,000 gold and they managed to win the game. So we know that Existence can turn games around and should not be underestimated.
Indeed. If you look at Wicked right now, with that BF sword up, his ultimate idea what is going on with this.
Just deal with it, people. That's what we can do about it. It works, sometimes it won't.
Indeed. So, CLG clearing out Baron, Snoopy being warded, and Oracles, just to be sure. And we'll be looking for this Baron play soon. They're going to push top lane. They're going in onto Shen. Froggen doing so much damage to him. He's got no magic resist. It's all armor and health at the moment. He's being chased down, and they will pick that kill up with a very nice shuriken in the back. And now I can see CLG taking this as a cue for Baron. Snoopy's going in just to double check wards again. Pete's coming across, and Wicked's coming all the way back from the base. So it may be a play soon. As Cass ult goes out onto Pete, but he gets away, so Cass ult is down. CLG in a very, very good position to Baron from this. That
wasn't the best Cassiopeia ultimate I've ever seen. And yep, looks like CLG are going to go straight for Baron here. They do have no vision. And they need to be careful. Existence are running in, but in comes Rumour's ultimate. It's shredding him. His part. Jana does use her ultimate, but it's not going to help them as Exhaust does go to Corki, and that is just murder as Existence are running for their lives. That's 2 deaths for no kills for Existence. As CLG are going to get a very comfortable Baron here.
Indeed. So very nice bait and switch on there from CLG. Was it a flash? It was just a dash over the wall and an ultimate from Wicked. So much damage in that knock-up, keeping everyone in place for so long. CLG will grab this for more or less free. They did obviously have to fight for it a little bit, but that's about it. And honestly, they now got this game in full swing, and I do not think Existence can do much to come back from it.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to push down top lane as well. There's literally nothing they can do to stop them. Cassiopeia's putting in. She needs to be careful because Ken's coming right behind her. Cassiopeia does have flash, but she will get stunned, and she doesn't have her ultimate. So look at that, just 3 hits, and then it's Cassiopeia's entire health. And there she goes. That's going to be another kill for Ken here. That's the 2nd kill for Ken, no deaths. And there goes. They're going to get an inhibitor turret very quickly here. If they want it.
Of course, he's going to push mid at the same time. No, he's rotating up top, so they do want this top tower. Shen seems to be the focus from Pete at the moment. Siva a little bit out in front. Froggen just poking around, but not going too deep in. We'll wait for a next couple of mini waves. That tower is half health. They do want to kind of chunk it down a little bit.
I don't really see what...
Shen's back. They're going in. Froggen ults and flashes in. Mordem dies in a second. Shyvana not having that ultimate. They do switch on to Siva. She will fall down under the exhaust. And there's a free inhibitor. And GG is being called by Existence. CLG can end the game right here. These many members left up in the base can just focus down these turrets. Wicked doing so much damage. Snoopy just tanking 3 members of Existence team next to that turret. Cassiopeia misses her ult on everyone. All it does is slow. And Froggen pops 2 moves off and nukes all her health down. Wicked will finish it off. As
being played. I'm looking forward to seeing that the most.
Indeed he is. So we will be into this game very shortly. Minute 22 left on the delay. We'll run a minute worth of adverts so that we get a little bit of a respite, because I need a drink. Man's gone very, very flat.
Yeah, that's the thing about water, it doesn't go flat for me.
Okay, I can go with that. Let's double check Skype, make sure I'm not being shouted at for something.
Good. Let's have a nice existence. I've got it written down right in front of me. Just right there, existence.
Spamming my Facebook and Twitter out in chat. So there's the ad break over. We are down to our last 15 seconds. And I like the fact that I don't have to sit here and remember to push record every time we go live on Twitch. Because I forget repeatedly.
Yeah. The only problem is that after the game, you have to edit it out, cut it down.
Yeah, but I've got you for that, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's my job. Yeah.
So I don't mind that. No. But,
so here we are. This is the this is CLG versus Existence for the quarterfinals of the MSI NVIDIA Trophy online qualifier, and it's a best of one game. So both teams need to bring that A game here.
And to Shen while he stands in it. And of course that knock up very, very strong late game team fights as Yellow Peak is quite aggressive onto Shiva, but good knock up from Jana gets her out there safe. Shyvana heading around towards these wraiths. She's going to find Froggen, but that's nothing too scary to worry about. And Snoopy then. The bonus of having Froggen run Kennen in mid, of course, is an energy-based champion. Doesn't need that blue buff quite so much as other APs would, and as a result, Snoopy can grab it, and it will mean jungling as that tree will be even faster.
Definitely. I mean, CLG now have a 1,300 gold advantage for only one kill, so it sort of shows that their farms are a lot higher than Existent at the moment. Kennen has 65 minions compared to Cassiopeia's 42. Corki is 66 compared to Severe's 49, so that's another 20 advantage. And Wukong has 44 compared to Shen's 47. So Wukong is the only one who's slightly less than Shen, but essentially the extra 20 minions at mid and bottom lane are what make the difference. As Maokai is such an early Oracle at the moment, he's able to go clear up the walls at bottom lane, and if he can hold on to that Oracle, it's going to be very valuable to him, very valuable to the team.
It is something Snoopy does very, very often. Of course, junglers, as we say from time to time again, if anyone's going to get spotted by a ward, it's going to be a jungler. So get an Oracle's on that jungler, he can get spotted by it, but they can kill it. And he won't waste his time standing on top of one without knowing about it. And then you can leave. Simple as that. No hassle at all, and you get so much map control from doing so. And
we saw last game 6 AP mids bans. I'm hopefully not as many banned this time, but we will see a lot of mids banned, I'm sure. And Vladimir is the first ban. A lot of sustain, a lot of mobility. No CC, but he does have a slight slow, but I wouldn't count it as a strong CC.
He's a horrible laner. I know Wicked doesn't like laning against him, so they want to get rid of him at top. And of course, you don't play against CLG.eu without banning out Froggen's and Nivea. That just goes without saying. So, Existence getting that right off the bat out of the way.
Almost certainly a Carthus or a Cassiopeia ban coming in at some point, I'm guessing.
I would suspect a Carthus ban, although to be honest, if I haven't seen anything from CLG. I know it's not one of Froggen's favoured champions. He'd much rather play Ahri, I suspect. So that might be a smarter ban from Existence. But they're certainly making their time with it. Rammus got banned out, of course, because they played a very nice Rammus in the last game. Alistair targeted again, straight at Snoopy. You're not letting Snoopy jungle that cow.
Yeah. Targeting bans, it hurts, but it makes sense for the other team.
And there's a final ban from CLG then, Morgana. As I said, Vlad is obviously someone that Wicked hates playing against. The other two champions are just very standard strong bans. So I don't think CLG are too worried about anything specific getting thrown their way. But we will wait and see what Existence finally ban out on their last one.
Irelia!
Irelia again, Wicked's favourite champion. All three of those bans are very much targeted at CLG. They snatch up Maokai and Snoopy's. So it'll be interesting. They obviously aren't just shrugging these guys off for nothing. But Maokai's in top, taking down wards. Again, he went to gank top, got spotted by a ward, but he can see that with the oracles, which he's still wearing since level 6.
He hasn't died. He hasn't died once.
Exactly.
And he's paid for itself.
I think it's paid for itself 2 times over. It's such a good pickup on Snoopy's Maokai.
It's because you can't target him during a fight, so it's brilliant. It is brilliant to grab a Oracle as a tanky jungle. No one does it. No, people don't tend to do it. They always tend to wait for their supports to grab the Oracles. And I think next time I'm jungling, I'm going Oracle at level 6.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to do it.
That's what I mean. A lot of the big teams do it. TSM do it, CLG do it, this and the other. But if you look Existence, then they're a good team. They're a good bunch of guys, but they're not quite the same level as TSM, CLG, and all these guys. And they still have it on Janna right now. So, I mean, it's not an indicator, but there are 3 men ganking this bot lane. Cassiopeia is down here. Sivir gets ulted by Shen. Creepo will fall down. Ultimate blown by Cassio just on Creepo. It may have been a little bit overkill, but Pete will get away. They are going to take down this bot tower. Dragon is up in about 2 minutes' time.
And whilst all this is going on, Froggen at top is just... He's going to bring down that tower, and there we go. So that immediately counters the tower they lost at bottom. So not the biggest victory. As Wicked is in slightly bit of trouble here. He could get dived by 3 of them. He already used his decoy. He forced to flash out the way there. He does survive, but he does have to use his flash. Dragon
these wraiths first, and with 3 saplings, the last one going down on 1 minute 40 seconds, you will kill the big wraith in 2 auto attacks, and then by the time you get to blue, kill blue, do wolves, come back, they will respawn. It's perfect timing, and you will hit level 3. But if, as you can see, Janna and Sivir are looking to do, they steal this big wraith, that spoils that whole plan. Sivir's coming in, Boomerang Blade doesn't quite go off in time. So Snoopy will be fine. They're going to head to bot lane. I don't know if Pete and Creeper are going to do these golems. They look like they are. Pete heading on his way up there. So that's going to give them a little bit of leg up. So it would have been nice to pick up that big wraith down bottom. It would have kept them on a more even footing with Pete and Creeper. But we'll have to see how it plays out anyway. Shyvana getting her red very, very quickly. A lot of help came from Shen. There's Snoopy with his blue buff. And we are settling in for what is going to be an amazing quarter-final game.
Definitely, I'm really looking forward to this one, and I think Existence are going to put up a good fight. Definitely.
They definitely are. They obviously went behind in that first round game. They weren't looking so great, but they pulled through. They stayed in. They had a strong late game, and they made it count. So we'll have to see how they can do it on this one, of course.
Definitely. So no real shock item builds so far. Soraka has gone for a mana potion now. Ever since the recent patch, Soraka can't actually give herself mana anymore, but I guess she's just has it just in case she runs a bit low on mana. You don't necessarily need it that much, but it's there just in case. They're cheap and they are effective mana potions.
Second favourite alongside obviously that cow. That's grabbing Janna as well. So what we've seen Existence do every time so far. And,
I mean, they know they're going to have a hard game in front of them, and they're going to try and do their best to make it as easy as possible by banning 3 very strong champions that they know that CLG loves to play. So they know they're going to have a hard game, so they're going to have to play very strong to win this one.
Indeed they are. Creeper's favourite support is that Janna. I know TSM have renamed any kind of Janna play to a Creepo. If you play Janna with TSM, you're doing a Creepo. That is what it is. So there's that front. But we'll have to wait and see what BBQ, what the fuck, oh my god, decides to pick up. Such a ridiculous name. And it is going to be Shyvana. Very, very strong jungler or top. And I haven't seen Wicked having too many problems with her in that top lane. So hopefully they might jiggle it about a bit. And again, I know CLG don't like picking their solo lanes for a long, long time, so I suspect we're going to see an AD carrying a support here.
Would you expect a Taric or a Nunu as a support?
I expect a Leona and possibly an Ezreal, or a Soraka, maybe a Cogmore, or maybe we might see an no, Urgot's new skin's not out. Never mind, we won't see an Urgot. I might have got to Corki in a minute. I'd have just
you were going for all the champions. Yeah.
But until no Creeper really is doing nearly 330 damage per second. That is amazing. Huge. I don't think anyone quite realise it. Exactly. You can nuke down the armour of the one tanky person, Shen, who is actually ulting down onto Sivir in bot lane. Well, again, it may have been a bit of a premature ult. Wicked and Creeper, Pete and Creeper were already backing way out. And now Shen's going to ult. His tower's exposed. Wukong's pushing. Shyvana's going up to do what she can, but he's going to lose a lot of CS.
Definitely, it's not the best move, but Shyvana is up there to make sure the tower doesn't get poked and pick up some of the potentially lost experience. As Severe is taking so much damage at the moment, there's nothing she can do against this missile barrage. She can block, I believe Spell Shield must block one of them, but it's the fact that he is 6 just waiting to be fired.
See, now apparently the sound sorted itself out. I have done nothing but alt tab into Skype a couple of times and check what the gun run's telling me. I honestly don't understand what this is, guys. We will work on it in the next couple of days. I can only apologise. But we'll get into the rest of this game. Shen has returned top. They do look like they want to go on to Wicked. And he does just pop that decoy and get away. Shyvana is carrying around nothing that could have slowed him. So even if she did catch up, nothing much would have come from it.
And looks like Yellow Pete maybe picking up bottom tower. If he wants it, he can have it. But he's in no rush to get it at the moment, because once you get the tower, the minions automatically get pushed down the lane.
Indeed, he gives
and Severe still hasn't gone back yet.
He gives Sivir so much time to free farm once that tower dies. It will fall in a second. There we go. Because obviously she can freeze the lane right up here by her own tower. Plenty safe from any kind of gank. And obviously catch up in CS very, very quickly. So P wanted to leave that up as long as possible. Indeed they are. So certainly unique, different, but Creeper's obviously played with it. He knows it works, so he's going to go with that. We'll have to see how Shen and Wukong do top. I personally can't stand Wukong. His hit attack animation throws me off all the time. But,
wow, good damage from Cannon there at mid. That was just a 2-hit combo followed by the what was it, electrical? No, discharge, is it, or something? Yeah, electrical surge. Yeah, and did so much damage to Cassiopeia there, and the marks of the storm just stay on for so long, and you need to be aware they don't stack to 3, otherwise you're going to take a lot of damage.
Indeed they do. So Shen is a little bit bullying Wicked around that top lane, of course. Wicked will be able to join in once he's got a couple of levels up and some health on him, however. So both teams being fairly passive. CLG already, though, a long way ahead in CS, as I'm pretty sure mid lane 21 to 16, 27 to 20 in bottom. And despite the bullying, Shen's not actually that far ahead of Wicked.
Coming in at top lane, and Maokai gets a nice twisted advance on Shen here, and Shen has taken so much damage. Great taunt there. He's exhausted though. He's not going to get away from this one. He does flash though, followed by a flash from Maokai there. He does hit his arcane smash and then gets his twisted advance, and that will be first blood to Wukong 4 minutes 30 into the game.
Indeed. Very, very nice gank by CLG. Shen just stayed around too far up, too long. Snoopy came in with his red buff, and there was more or less no getting away from that. You saw he used all kinds of summons, all his dashes, all his energy, and could not get away. And that crushing blow from Wukong.
CLG need to play well, and so does Existence.
Indeed they do. So we are seconds away for getting into what is sure to be an amazing game, as Creeper hasn't actually got as much of a delay on as we do. So never mind.
No.
They're in game. I'm not going to spoil it for myself there. CLG are the blue team. Guys, you can tell by the colours on the borders on these loading screens. CLG are all loaded in blue, as Existence are in purple. You can see it from there. I'll put lovely overlays up. And we are in. So, Counterlogic Gaming versus Existence. This is the quarterfinals of the second MSI NVIDIA Gamers Assembly Qualifier Trophy thing. Massive name.
Yeah.
Counterlogic Gaming. Yeah, Counterlogic Gaming EU running Kennen, Wukong, Soraka, Maokai, and Corki. Very, very strong team. And their opponents' Existence, we've already seen play very, very well in the first 2 games to date. Running Shyvana, Cassiopeia. First time we've seen her today. Very, very strong. Janna, Sivir, and Shen. Nearly said Lee Sin. Not quite the same thing. But both teams are setting up quite defensive, just poking things around, dropping a ward down to protect Snoopy. Of course, Maokai relies on laying these saplings down in these wraiths when he's starting here, so they do want to keep that as disturbance-free as possible.
Definitely. Wicked just sitting in that bush on his own, all by his lonesome, just making sure no one invades the blue buff. Always good to be defending your buffs early on in the game. You don't want to give them away too early. Maokai does need blue, but not immediately. But he does eventually need it.
Indeed, if you do, to start with, okay, you can start building health, but in those early levels, your tankiness comes from those things. So we'll have to wait and see quite how Hein does up there. Wicked, interesting enough, taking an exhaust, so he's aiming towards a team comp orientated set of summoners as opposed to killing his top lane. Shen has switched his ignite out at the last second as well, so 2 exhausts being picked up by Existence.
Yeah, you're going to say extinct there, or?
I very nearly did say extinct, yeah. I suspect one will be Wukong. As soon as the ult gets popped, you exhaust him, completely shut down his damage output from that. And if you can, you might even use the other one on Kennen, because it reduces the damage from his ultimate as well. But I think this is all going to depend on positioning and movement. Obviously, both those champions want to get right in the middle of your team when they're channeling their ultimate, so putting your exhaust on them should be nice and easy. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. And of course, Corki's true damage. So putting an ultimate on Corki, putting exhaust on Corki, not the strongest thing in the world, because the true damage goes through it. You can't reduce that. That's how it works. So we'll have to wait and see how these team fights work out. But CLG certainly have a stronger composition right now. And I'm still not convinced by Shen in that top lane. I have not seen anything from him that really makes me think, yeah, we're going to start running him above all other solo top players.
What I'm looking forward to most in this game is Snoopy's Maokai jungle. Maokai, I think, is one of the best ganking he can do. That sentence doesn't make sense. Maokai can do one of the best ganks solely because of his twisted advance, but the only problem with that is he has quite low movement speed naturally. But I love seeing Maokai play. He's so much to offer in a team fight. He's got damage reduction, disruption, holds, damage. He's got everything. So I love watching Maokai.
He is, in fact, going to get caught out. No. Summoner heals back up. Siva's going to try and fight. He's been exhausted, but they are forced to run away from that. He just had too much health on that. Siva did not have the damage to catch it. He's finished his Trinity Force. Froggen takes down mid. He is chasing on to Cassio. She's got no mana, but Shyvana's coming in. Froggen pops his ignite. He needs to be very careful, and he is going to have to pop his ultimate and back out. Morden's chasing him down. He does get stunned. He's chunking down that health. Froggen's forced to flash, but a little bit of lifesteal from that Hextech Revolver keeps him going.
Kennen's being very aggressive, but not picking up the kills really at mid against Cassiopeia. I think it's the 3rd time Cassiopeia's got away with 10% health. So he seems to be thinking he's doing more damage than he actually does.
Indeed, certainly not working out for him. Wicked, while he seems to be a little bit low on health again top, he is CSing good and hard and is a long way ahead of Shen right now. So CLG still that 5,000 gold lead going. Dragon is up in about 3 or 4 minutes. We got a while on that. We'll have to look and see what these guys are doing. CLG playing very, very slow and relaxed, as a couple of people said in chat. They are not pushing this home. They do not want to win it right here and right now. They're just playing safe, sensible, and solidly. And obviously, as we said, Gamers Assembly is a big tournament to qualify.
This is a best of 1, and they can't afford to throw this game away. They're in the quarterfinals. It doesn't become a best of 3 until the semi-finals tomorrow. So they need to still win this game.
Indeed. I also suspect they watched our previous casts of Existence, or they at least know a little bit about these guys. They're so good in their communication and keeping each other alive and going. They get Snoopy that oracles earlier and earlier every time I see them play.
Shyvana and Maokai are going to run into each other anytime soon. She does pick up the big wolf and is on her way out. I don't think she wants to stay for too long.
No,
yeah. Just making sure she gets the bonus 30-40 gold. Shen is taking a lot of damage from Wukong at top at the moment. He's down to a 3rd health. He does have a lot of health potions. He has a half gold, so he's built to sustain himself at top lane. But he does need to be careful, as Wukong will be hitting harder and harder.
Indeed he will. He's only going to get stronger from here point out. Wicked, of course, did go back earlier on, but that Brutalizer goes through that armor Shen has got. It's 87 armor already. As Froggen getting very, very aggressive on the Cass in mid. I suspect he wants to go back. He's carrying a fair bit of gold on him at the moment. 860 can almost finish off that Will of the Ancients.
Looks like Kennen ultimates. Cassie misses her ultimate, and there goes Cassie. Oh, great ultimate from Shen to save from the damage of Ignite there. I feel like CLG let that one slip. They were confident that Ignite was going to be enough to kill her, and they let her live. So they were being a bit too cocky there, and they could have finished if Maokai had used a twisted dance there. But Cassie was very lucky to survive there, even when she missed her ultimate. So
he is
very lucky to survive.
Very nice play from Kennen, you must add. The fact that he managed to dodge the castle, he knew it was coming. He was just poking her down. She planted poison between him and his tower so that he couldn't get that way, but he expected it, he darted it, he blocked it out, and did all he could. Unfortunately, Shen ultimate just a little bit too strong. He likes the Leona play at the moment. We might see a Tarek alongside that Corki. Oh, in fact, they're going to grab Kennen, so Wicked playing Kennen top. I know CLG have a long time been wanting him to try this Kennen. They really want to push Wicked into it. He's such a strong champion. He has amazing spell kit, or equipment, sorry, amazing kit there. But he's just not one that Wicked can play. So they're also using this as slight practice for him in that top lane. Or I could be completely wrong again, and Froggen could be playing it mid, because he's done exactly that as well from time to time.
And Castin mid, quite a strong mid, lot of mobility, great silence, but the only problem with Castin is you have to melee the champions down. And, I think if it is Kennen mid, Castin will have a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, that's very much so, but we will wait and see.
And Severe pick. Severe, it's not as popular as she used to be, but whoa! Last second change to Carthus, Cassiopeia. Whoa!
Cassiopeia, much more standard than Cassidin. A lot of people ban him out in low reloads at the moment, but Cass is still a Cassiopeia is still a much stronger mid than Cassidin. So we'll wait and see. Yeah.
A lot of last second changes there. That really threw me off. They were lucky not to get locked in with Carthus there. Not that Carthus was a bad pick, but Soraka maybe. Soraka support. I love Soraka support. She's my favourite support at the moment. Great mana regen. Works well with Corki. Corki can just constantly spam his Gatling gun now with Soraka standing next to her.
They have given Wicked his Wukong, an amazingly strong bruiser in that top lane. Creepo's picked up Soraka, which I did predict. Correct. I'll take that small win. And Morden then left to pick up the last one for Existence. I suspect it's going to be a jungler, but they could still surprise me. Pick a top and stick Shyvana in the jungle. I can't remember who plays what, even after watching 2 games in a row. So they might swap it around. But I've had too many things going on with the rest of the stream to pay that much attention. Guys, by the way, while we're there, do remember we are casters over at Absolute Legend. So do head over to absolutelegends.net to check us out. And of course, Twitter, Facebook, and all those other things. It's all Absolute Legends. Or if Absolute Legends doesn't work, try Absolute Legends EU. I think Twitter and Facebook are both Absolute Legends. I think Facebook might have EU on the end of it. But I'll bring those up after the game. Morden then locking in Shen as that last pick. He has got the smite. He is their jungler. But he can still swap with Shyvana. They can both jungle. We'll have to see how it plays out. Indeed. Yeah. So Shyvana going in the jungle. Shen going top. Wicked on that monkey. I have not seen a monkey versus Shen yet.
No, neither have I. And I think Shen, I don't know, the monkey's got so much harass, but Shen can taunt, which essentially counters out the decoy from Wukong. Yeah. But, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see.
But Wukong does so much damage in that top lane. He is such a high damage bruiser. And he reduces your armour, which when you're Shen, armour's kind of all you have. And once he starts leveling it up, it just does too much damage. And Wicked then, going to start being a little bit more dominant in that top lane. Now that he's got all that extra gold, he's going to be very, very rich indeed.
Mid lane, Cassiopeia is in a bit of trouble. She is run out of mana completely here. That is the number one problem when you're going up against the Ken, and the Ken runs on energy, only has really cooldowns to worry about. And the Cassiopeia is going back now, allowing Ken to get a really nice farm. So things are basically settling down now. Shyvana has been in top lane for a very long time now. She has got a lot of XP and she's just about returned, and now Shyvana's going to go back into the jungle. Just making sure the lane doesn't get pushed too far and that the XP doesn't go to waste. A good invasive ward from Krepo there. Just boarding up Existence's blue buff. It makes it easier for Maokai and Ken to get in there, basically.
I'm going to stay quiet for a second. I want people to hear game sounds.
Okay.
So, very game sounds are fine, it's just our voices, which is really weird. But
it's always a problem.
As soon as we get into game, it goes to crap. I'm talking to Twitch, guys. We're going to try and get this sorted out. But I'm telling you, the other day it was fine. Yesterday it was fine while we were playing with things ready for this. I am honestly so confused. But we will wait and see. Shen and Wukong going out up top. Wiki doing so much damage. That ultimate, even though it's level 1, is doing nearly 120 damage a second.
Should be up in about a minute or two, I'm expecting. And I think that we should see a fight down there. Shen needs to be careful here. Maokai could jump in at any moment. And it looks like Team Existence will be heading towards top to try and find Kennen, but it's a bit too late.
Indeed.
And CLG are flashing at Dragon at the moment. They really want to head over there now. They know it's about to respawn, and there it is. And Snoopy finding another ward. That must be like his 10th ward now he's found.
Oh, it must be more than that. There's been so many wards out. Existence do keep it going despite they know that Oracle's up. It's like just seeing an Oracle does not mean you have to stop warding. It is such a massive resource in this game, is vision. So to be picking that dragon up for free. Existence still looking just to farm. They need to keep this game going, but in all fairness, they're dropping behind in the farm, even though that's all they're doing right now.
They need to be careful not to fall behind too much, as Kennen is on 277. I mean, that is an outrageous amount this early on into a game. 25 minutes into a game to have 27 minions. That's outrageous. That is outrageous. And compared to Cassiopeia's 180, that's 90 more minions. That's amazing amount of gold. If we look at the gold difference, Kennen has a total of 9,000 accumulated gold. Cassiopeia has 6,800, so that's 2,200 gold. That is a needlessly large rod. That is halfway to a death.
Exactly.
That is...
So, Existence are making a shove towards mid. They're pushing this up with Cass and Sivir. That's a very, very quick minion clearer. That's CLG, of course, clearing it out just as quickly with Pete and Froggen. And apparently the voice has gone again, so I have no idea.
Maybe a Wriggles? It's kind of hard to tell, but that wouldn't be too much of a bad idea. As bottom lane, Cookie is now on 128 minions compared to Sevir's 102, so still maintaining a 20 lead on minions, 20 minion CS fire. And Kennen is on 126 and Cassiopeia is on 87, so Kennen's 40 more minions than Cassiopeia at the moment. And that's a lot of gold. That is a very noticeable amount of gold.
That's about...
Cassiopeia's pretty nice defensive warded.
It's about 2 or 3 kills worth of gold if you actually do the maths on that. Minion kills are a lot more than some people seem to give them credit for. As Shyvana starts coming down towards the bottom lane. Shen goes down into Sivir. They do look like they want to dive this, but Pete and Green are just a little bit too far back. That was a 4-man gank down into this bottom lane now, but nothing really came from it. I don't know what Existence are planning. Dragon is not up for a long, long time, and they are still down here. They look like they want to take this tower.
Yep, I don't know if they're going to be able to. Shyvana can come in from the side here. She does have her ultimate. And looks like Corki is going to be knocked around. He does get taunted by Shen. Some of the heal does go. He does flash that way, and he will get away. As Maokai comes in, looks down at Shyvana, and Shyvana's going to be a lot of trouble. She's silenced, which means that she just couldn't flash up through the wall.
Indeed.
So good silence for Soraka there.
Very nice counterplay from Counter Logic Gaming. As,
if we cut to mid, by the way, sorry to interrupt you, Cassiopeia is just about going to get away there. A lot of damage from Ken in their little fight there. I thought something would have come of it, but guess not.
Indeed. Ken not coming out there on too much stuff himself. We do seem to have pinpointed the issue. It does seem to be something to do with my XSplit and my League client. It's not something we can fix right here. But So we'll try and work their peaks to chunking down these turrets. They are just playing with them. The game is over. Well done to CLG. They will go through to tomorrow's best of 3 semi-finals.
Yep, and wow, that was a very fast game. That all just cascaded straight off of Baron. Once CLG got Baron, they were able to just push straight down top lane, and little resistance they met. But good game from both teams. Good game from Existence there. They fought the good fight. The odds were